Hi, welcome back to Mildly Familiar, the only show where we acknowledge the War of 1812. Today I am talking to Jacob Takanashi. He is a musician, a voice actor, and he is a partner over on the Twitch channel Dick Planet. He's a lovely guy. I've talked to him a couple times, and I'm very excited for him to be on the show. I think he's going places, and I hope you do too. He's very, very nice. He's a good lad. Watch it. Keep watching, please. Keep watching my show.
You ever been to a party where everything is going swell? And you turn to somebody, say, I'm Gage, I hope you're well. And they say, we've met before. And you say, oh no. I knew they looked mildly familiar. Mildly familiar, oh no.
Are you excited for take 2 where we do this entire thing again?
Oh, buddy, I'm more than excited. This could be the whole interview, and I'd be just mwah.
Aw, you flatter me. You flatter me.
You're just too damn handsome, Gage. I could just look at you all day.
You're already my favorite guest. You went right for the jugular and you killed me with your kindness.
Gotta butter him up, buddy. Gotta butter him up. That's the name of the game in this biz.
Hey, welcome to Mildly Familiar. This is a show where I talk to people I kind of know, and I'm excited to have you on, man.
I'm excited to be here, buddy. I've done my research. Boop, 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 boop. Done my research, and I've watched some of the other episodes, and it's good stuff. It's good stuff. We have a ton of mutuals, so why not? Here I am.
Yeah, I'm very, very excited because I don't think we've ever had the opportunity to kind of just chat one-on-one. Maybe a couple times in a Discord chat room.
It's been like either in like Mick's chat room or my chat room or somewhere with like a bunch of other people. But you know, it's good, nice to finally meet you. Also, I needed to ask, your last name is Anu or Anu?
Ooh, actually it's Agnew. Ooh.
Agnew, there's a G in there. Oh my god.
It's good to be on the other side of that conversation.
You never know. See, I actually knew. I just took one on the chin so you wouldn't feel so bad.
Oh God, you're already killing this interview, man. You're making me blush. I'm going to be so flattered. I'm going to forget all the questions that I came up with that are clearly written down.
I'm totally not riffing this off the top of my head. It's fine, buddy. No worries.
Well, that's the show. That's the show. It's people riffing for an hour. Who cares?
That's pretty much my show as well. Like literally, before every Dick Planet. We don't know what we're going to do. Like, we all hop into the Discord call like 5 minutes before the show. So what do you guys want to do today? We hadn't played this in a while. Okay. Yeah, let's just go. And we just go. And then like the chat will feed us something. And we'll just like bite onto it and not let go until the next thought enters our mind. And then we'll bite onto that. And it's just like a chain of events. You know, so somebody, for example, the other day was, we were in the chat. And I've got it in the back of my mind because you've been a performer, right? You've been in that situation where like
yeah.
I have to talk about something, and somebody brought up Frankie Muniz, and like that just triggered a memory in my head. I was like, oh yeah, he was in that movie Stay Alive. Stay Alive. Okay, so we talked about Stay Alive, which was I think Disney's first slasher film. We found out like live on stream. So we talked about that. And I was like, that's similar to the movie Dead Alive.
Yeah, Peter Jackson's.
I had no idea Peter Jackson did that movie. It is so, like, under his quality of what he's putting out these days. I was shocked.
Yeah, isn't it weird how, like, little horror artists go on to make the best movies? Like him, Sam Raimi, I would even say Scott Derrickson to an extent, the Doctor Strange director.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm in full agreement. We're talking about doing, like, a Dead Alive, or what is it? What's the alternative name for it? Blood something or other?
Brain Dead.
Brain Dead, that's it. We're talking about doing a watch party for that very soon, because like I was just like scrolling through clips of it on the stream as you do, and boy, oh man, I forgot what a gem that movie is in terms of like just cheesy goodness.
I kick ass for the Lord.
Hey, where would people watch that if they want to watch it along with Dick Planet?
That would be twitch.tv/DickPlanet, and it is spelled exactly how it sounds. DickPlanet.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy that's the name. It tickles my fancy.
We came up with that name. So a friend of mine, Stamper, was living with me at the time, and we were like just chilling out on the couch at like 2 a.m. I think we just got done playing like Street Fighter for like 4 hours straight. And this was like right when COVID was like really starting to pop off, like around like March-ish. So we were just chilling. I was like, man, we need to do something, because Stamper, he's an entertainer himself. He's like done stuff with like the Behemoth, Battle Block Theater, Sleepy Cabin, guys all over the place. He's really a powerhouse of a talent. But we're like, man, we got to do something to like get you back out there and do something like during COVID that just kills time, because like we were on lockdown, like I wasn't going to the office, we were like inside all day every day, and it was just this thing. It's like, you know what, we're gonna start a Twitch channel. We're gonna start a Twitch channel, and it's gonna be the most absurd, comedy driven thing that you've ever seen, and it's gonna be called, I don't know, what do you want to call it, like Butt House? No, that's dumb. How about like Phallus Palace? Oh no, that's no good. What about Dick Planet? Boom! Perfect. And for search engine optimization, it's mwah. Mwah, son. Dick Planet, are you kidding me? The only other thing that exists with that branding, well, there's two things. One, Dr. Wongburger in Aqua Teen Hunger Force, that's the planet that he's from, according to the Aqua Teen Hunger Force wiki. He's from a planet called Dick Planet. And there's a Tumblr blog called Dick Planet that is not associated with us, and I don't recommend you check it out. Because they mean it in a not so comedic sense, in more of a literal sense. So there you go.
I like how you thought of Butt House and Phallus Palace, and you're like, that is ridiculous. That is stupid. No one is ever going to like that. Now, Dick Planet. Now, there might be some marketing potential there.
No, that's a name. That's a name. Butt House, get out of here. Dick Planet.
Get out, Butt House.
Man, we wrote down like I probably still have the Word document somewhere. We must have like just. Because what Stamper likes to come up with, like, fucking fake Twitter handle. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cuss. Am I allowed to cuss?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. I like to be respectful when I'm in other people's homes. But, we were just fucking going through, like, all these Twitter handles, because he'll, like, oh, you know what's funny? Used labia. Ha, let's see if that's taken on Twitter, you know? So he had, like, this master list of just ridiculous words, and we just kind of started cramming them together.
Shout out to Stamper. When you say powerhouse, man, that guy has done everything from like audio engineering to voice acting to everything, quite frankly. Animation. That's what he was known for, animation.
Oh yeah, he worked magic with Newgrounds while he was working there. I mean, I often joked with him, I was like, you realize how many like 14-year-olds that busted their first nut on a website that you helped like design? I mean, because let's be frank, Gage, come on.
Yeah.
Newgrounds when you were 14 was a
serious.
safe haven for that. You know what I mean? Like it was perfect because the name didn't have anything explicit in it. So if your parents were going through your search history, oh, Newgrounds, I don't know what that is. Oh, it's just a game website, Mom. And that's not a lie.
Just Flash games and Flash cartoons, nothing to see there. I watched it all the time at my dad's work. I was a big Hyperboy fan. I don't know if you remember that.
Hyperboy. Oh man, nostalgia hit, buddy.
By the way, I have no idea where the hell you were hiding before Dick Planet. You, sir, are a powerhouse of your own.
You're too kind. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate you.
You're an engineer, you're a voice actor, and you're a musician. One of my favorite things that you've done as a musician was do the Addict cover with Dave Capdeville, our good friend.
Davey boy! Oh, what a sweet lad. Yeah, that was a lot. That was like a ton of fun. That was a ton of fun.
I'm sorry. No. I'm just happy that you also call him Davey boy. I call him Davey boy too.
He's a sweetheart. He really is. He's quickly become one of my closest friends. It's weird how the world works. But so Dave knows that I do like covers for stuff. So like I think my relationship with Dave started whenever Ellie, my co-host on Dick Planet, reached out to Dave to be a guest on the show because, you know, Stamper was Serpentius in Has Been Hotel and Dave wrote the show. We could talk about that while we play horror video games or whatever. and Dave and I just like really hit it off. So we started following each other on social media, and we'd like each other's posts and giggle at each other, as humans do, as human beings. And Dave knew that I was a musician, and he was like a big fan of some of the music that I had done with one of my music projects called Concepts. And he was like, "Oh man, this is great! I love this. Like, he said, like, where have you been? I don't know, I've never heard of this. This is great stuff." And then like Silvahound released Addict, and it was just like a internet phenomenon. You know what I mean? Like, it was just wow! Like, everyone was just watching this video, and it just skyrocketed. So I'm thinking in my head, okay, well, I'm a guy who does cover videos, and I have friends who work in the has-been space, so it wouldn't be unheard of for me to do like a metal cover of this really popular song in the has-been universe. So I announced on Twitter, I was like, hey, I might be working on a little Addict cover, because I wanted to be the first metal cover to hit YouTube. And as soon as I tweeted that out, Dave DMs me. He's like, "Do it, fucker." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Do it, fucker, and let me sing on it." I'm like, "Okay, dude, fuck, yeah, absolutely." So me and my good friend Hunter, we got to work, and we put up this cover, and I got Dave to like scream on it, and we're sending like these audio files back and forth, and Dave's like, I've never really screamed on a track before, so gave him some pointers here and there, and yeah, we made our goal. We were the first metal cover of Addict on YouTube, and boy, it just fucking popped. I mean, wow.
Oh my god. Yeah, yours last time I checked has like over 2 million, which is nothing to scoff at, especially coming from just you and Dave. And Dave was, at the time, Dave's channel was relatively unknown. It had like 900 or 1,000 subscribers, and now it's like up to 10,000. So Dave has a lot to thank you for. And you
I have a lot to thank him for as well. We released that cover, and boy, it just popped off. And like, this is coming from my perspective as somebody who's never really had something hit. That was just such an experience, because I mean, I've been making cover songs and originals for quite a while now, and you can go through my band's YouTube page, and you can find like we make quality stuff. I mean, we make good stuff. It's like radio quality stuff. It's not like some GarageBand thing. But our views are abysmal. Like, we get 1,000 here, maybe 1,500 there, a couple hundred here. And when this one hit, it was something that I had never experienced before. And just, wow, what a ride that was. I mean, it was unreal. And now we're like that South Park episode where you're just chasing the dragon. You know what I'm talking about? And now I'm in this content creator hell that we've all fallen into,
Oh yeah, we got that one taste of like, people are like, "Oh, that's not bad," and you're like, "I need that in my veins every day."
Yes, that's why we're content creators, right? People are like, "Oh, you're full of yourself," and I was like, "Yes, I am. I'm a content creator." That's like,
yes, I am. Try it out sometime.
yeah, I am. I don't think that's a bad thing. I honestly don't. And that's one of the first things I often tell like new friends and people that I meet. Like, so tell me something about yourself. It's like, well, I'm a very conceited asshole. And they're like, no, you're not. I'm like, oh, just wait. I am. And I don't think that's a bad thing, personally. I'm super confident in who I am and in what I do, and I think that's healthy and important, personally.
I disagree with you somewhat. I think you need to have some amount of ego to post stuff on the internet, because if you absolutely 100% hate yourself, you're like, "Oh, well, I filmed this on the internet. I think it's okay, but I don't like to see myself, and I don't want to post it and put myself out there on the internet." So you have to have some level of confidence where you go, "Yeah, I think this is good enough to put on the internet and share with everybody." And yeah, I'm very, very happy that you did that, because man, like, I'm just echoing Dave right here. But once again, like I said, Powerhouse, I'm gonna link to some of your songs in the description. You've made a playlist of them that I was listening today, and I It was pretty bopping, as the kids say.
As the kids jive with. Thank you, man. I appreciate you checking that out. Genuinely, that means a lot to me. It really does. Thank you.
What other productions would you like to pursue in the future besides music in terms of content creation?
I've always been like sort of a jack of all trades, master of none. Obviously, the cop-out answer and the answer that you're going to get from everybody you've ever had on your show is voice acting. I could always use more voice acting roles. Always, always. That's always fun.
Quick!
It's a fun thing to do.
What's your best voice?
I usually get cast for like shonen 14-year-old boy, or either that, or like a really kind of sexy Japanese ecchi game kind of vibe, like one of those. Shinpai shinai okusama. Some shit like that, you know? Like I get a lot of those.
Damn, you really put it down. I was expecting you were like, oh, my own voice is my personal best. And then I would have gone, aw, and the whole internet audience would have applauded you. And it would have been like the end of Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Ooh, sick reference. Sick
Yeah.
reference, sick reference. I loved, dude, Ava's such a good series. But no, I usually get cast for like, you know, my name's Aruma Suzuki, and I'm a 14-year-old with no worries, and I'm gonna take on the universe, and you know that kind of super young kind
Yeah.
of thing. Because my voice is naturally in that kind of higher register. I don't think I hit puberty. My balls are still they're still way up there.
Oh, you and me both, brother. I can get pretty high too. I slip into some Charlie Day-isms every now and then when people are like, "Ugh, you're not manly enough to be on the internet." I'm like, I'm pretty manly. I think I got some hair on my chest.
I dig it. Charlie Day-isms.
But you got your start in public relations at conventions, correct?
Yes. That is one of the jobs I have. Yes, I work international relations and special projects for one of the largest anime conventions in the United States of America. It's called Anime Matsuri.
Right, and that is taking place in July, I believe. July this year.
Yes, 8th through the 11th, if my memory serves. But Google that. Go to animematsuri.com, and they'll have like a banner. Yeah, if you're listening.
He's doing the relations right now.
Yeah.
Houston, you got to listen to this episode and then go. This is the whole reason he came on.
I namely work with the Japanese side of things. We're an anime convention, so we have a lot of Japanese guests, and because I speak the language, it goes in tandem. And I also do special projects, which is a lot of the auxiliary kind of stuff. Like for example, in 2017, speaking of Evangelion, circling back to that, we brought the official Neon Genesis Evangelion exhibition from Tokyo, like wall for wall, picture per picture, cell for cell,
Damn.
the exact exhibition. So as I'm sure you know, that's a lot of work. I mean, we had to build like something like 1,700 feet of freestanding wall, having meetings with the Japanese side about just what color are the walls, what color is the carpet, like how tall are the ceilings, what cells are we getting, and what order are we putting these precious original frames of this classic anime in. So it's really cool. I got to work with Mr. Kamimura, who's the art director of Evangelion, on that because he kind of wanted things to like go and have a certain ebb and flow, and that was a lot of fun. And building that exhibition was just one example of some of the really cool stuff I've done for the convention in the past, I don't know, few years I've been associated with them.
Hey, Jacob, how did you get into the larger content creation sphere?
That's an interesting question. I've been playing music for all of my life. Like, I got my first guitar when I was like 13 years old, and I'm up in my room by myself playing it because we weren't living in a suburb with other kids, so there's nothing else to do. So I just got it progressively better and better and better. And I've always kind of had a knack for like matching tones and singing and everything like that. And I've been very, very blessed in that respect. That music has always just come very, very easily to me. When I was really, really young, like early teens, I joined a garage band called Aures and Allies, and that never really took off at all, like despite all my trying hard. Then I was working my first job, which was not an engineering job. It was a 14-day on, 14-day off job in the oil field. So I would work for 14 days, and then I'd be off for 14 days. And at the time, I was living in Japan and working in the United States. So I would fly in and out of Houston every 2 weeks. So I was in and out of the country constantly, working this 14 days on and 14 days off job. I had a friend, his name was Jeremy Brookover. He's a director. He did a lot of music videos. and he was doing a music video for this band Concepts, which I wasn't a part of at the time. And I was going to be in Houston for 2 days waiting on my flight, and Jeremy Brookover put out this message on Facebook. He's like, hey, I'm shooting this music video and I need extras for Concepts. And at the time, I was really into filmmaking, and I had built my camera setup to be the exact same specs as Jeremy's because I loved and respected his work so much. That was a Blackmagic Cinema camera and like a tripod and everything like that. So I hit him up. I was like, hey, buddy, if you need a camera B on this shoot, I've got the exact same setup as you. And Jeremy was like, buddy, yeah, absolutely, come by. So I came by and I met the guys in the then version of Concepts. And we sat around for a weekend and we shot this music video, and it was great. It was a lot of fun. And from there, like, I was just on the hook, and I bit hard, and I was like, I want to keep doing this. I want to be creative, and I want to make things for people to watch. A few years down the road, Concepts has a shake-up in members, and they're like, oh, that Jacob guy was pretty good, so, they brought me on board, and now I'm singing for them, and I'm still doing some music videos for them. For example, that Kingdom Hearts video that we did, the Simple and Clean, I did most of the video work for that, and most of the effects work for that, for example. And I've done some other video work that I wasn't credited for, so I'm not gonna like throw anybody under the bus or anything. But you've probably seen some of my work, if you're in the sphere of friends that we have.
I don't know if you're familiar with Lady Gaga's music videos, but that's all I'm saying about that.
Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga. I can neither confirm nor deny that Jacob worked on it. I'll leave that up to the audience.
Oh, buddy, I wish. But no, so I started making music Concepts, and this, me and Stanford started living together, and we started doing Dick Planet, and like, Dick Planet led to me meeting Dave, and Dave really liked Concepts, and then that led to me making the Addict video, and then me doing that with Dave led to me, working with him in a capacity that I'm not allowed to talk about yet. And it's only exacerbating and getting bigger and bigger. 2020 was a bad year for most people, but for me, as a content creator, it was my year, I guess. I went from not having a Twitter at all to having a small to medium presence on there now.
Definitely got a healthy following. Man, it's not anything over like 100. It's like...
and we built all that from 2020. So I'm super grateful.
Oh,
and if you're listening to this, and you helped me along my journey, buddy, from me to you, genuinely, thank you. If you watch my show, if you listen to my music, if you're just watching this interview, thank you from the bottom of my heart, because you're helping me achieve my dreams.
You say you're full of yourself and you're an asshole, and you're like, oh, thanks for everyone, and I like to help these people. Fuck you. You're trying to be a humble piece of shit, you motherfucker.
See, and that's an asshole move. It comes full circle, baby. Full circle.
This is your 4D chess play. You're like, but if I'm not an asshole and I pretend to be an asshole, then
the bar is here.
I will be perceived as not an asshole, but actually an a-hole.
Ah, yes. The bar is here. So as long as the bar is here, if I do some asshole-ish shit, then people are like, well, you did say he was an asshole.
He did preempt it with his assholery vibes.
So there you go. No, I think there's a fine line between having confidence and being cocky, and I walk that line very thinly, I guess. Because there are moments where I'm listening to a song and I'm fucking awesome, I am the best, and then there are some days where I'm like, I'm not shit. Because like I'll listen to one of my tracks where like, fuck yeah, and then I'll listen to like one of Jonathan Young's track and I'm like, I'm not shit. This guy's fucking blowing me out of the water. Shout out to Jonathan Young, by the way, a big fan, buddy. If you want to collaborate, hit me up. Holla at your boy.
I listen to his Disney covers more than I listen to radio stations.
Same. Jonathan Young has made many a long car ride for me more enjoyable. And it's great because like my wife really isn't into metal music, but she's into like Disney music. So I can throw some Jonathan Young stuff on and just be like, it's a win-win, baby.
Great crossover. I love it. Do you guys have a favorite song that you'd like to jam out to?
For my wife and I, mutually, we really dig anything from Mulan, like the a Reflection in particular. Oh my God, that's such a pretty song. You know, who is that girl I see staring straight back at me? You know that one? Oh, buddy, what a tearjerker.
Between you and me and everybody who's watching this, I have not seen Mulan.
You racist, Gage! How dare you?
I didn't even watch the remake, but I heard.
I haven't seen the remake either. I haven't seen the remake either.
Yeah, it's now on Disney Plus for free, and I'm like, well, it's not worth my time right now.
I've heard good things and I've heard bad things, so I'm weird. I'll probably end up watching it. I'll probably end up watching it this weekend now that we mention it because I'm not working. So hey.
I'll put it in the background. I'm sure while I'm editing something or whatever.
Maybe while you're editing this.
Maybe while I'm editing this very video.
Between your beautiful Joe runs and Mulan late nighters.
Henshin a go-go, baby.
Oh man, I'm so disappointed that he wasn't added to Smash. Gage, I was 100% in your corner. Why not? Why not? Even if he was just like a Little Mac clone, that's good enough for me.
First off, I love the hell out of Little Mac. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out is one of my favorite games ever. And two, I would love for him to be in Smash Brothers so bad, but there are so many Capcom people that I think have prominence, procedure, more prominence that may be a little more influential. Put in Dante, Devil May Cry, Jill Valentine, I don't know, Phoenix Wright even.
I heard rumors that Phoenix Wright was going to be in it. That was one of the big ones. It's either Phoenix Wright or Leon Kennedy were the two that most of my friends were betting on.
So I'm guessing Crash Bandicoot is going to be next. Just call it a hunch. Also, I wanted to ask about your filmmaking side because you're not just a voice actor, a musician, and a Twitch streamer. You're also a filmmaker. What are some of your influences when it comes to music videos?
Really? So my creative process when it comes to music videos, I get a lot of requests just by virtue of the equipment that I run. Like when you run a Red camera, you get a lot of inquiries. The name itself, it's not even that good of a camera. My Blackmagic Cinema camera that I had before was probably just as good, but you slap Red on there, and baby, you're gonna have clients out the door. But I mean that really all depends on the style of music that I'm doing. I mean, I've done hip hop videos, I've done country videos, I've done metal videos, I've done metal videos, I've done more metal videos. I get a lot of requests for metal videos.
Wait, have you done metal videos?
A few
okay,
metal videos.
All right,
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But it really all depends on what the client's after and what I see when I'm listening to it. So like I'll throw on the headphones and I'll close my eyes and I'll just be like, okay, like if I were to watch like a shadow puppet show of what I'm listening to, how would that play out? From there, I write that out, write out that like little screenplay. It's like, okay, for example, one video that I'm working on right now for undisclosed client. It's like the opening shot is like him like walking out to his car and like getting shot essentially. Like the premise is that he gets shot and he lays there, right? And he's like bleeding out, and while he's bleeding out, the camera's viewing him from top down, right? And it's like a slowly coming up, like slowly through the entire music video, getting higher and higher and higher, almost like his soul is leaving his body, right? And the whole video, his like eyes are deadlocked with the camera lens, while like blood is leaving his body, while he's like mouthing the lyrics, completely expressionless. While he's doing that, like you've got like paramedics that are coming in, they're like drawing chalk lines around his body. You've got, you know, like people come in and grieving, police come in, and ambulances come in, and everything like that. So once I write that out and I get that kind of stuff approved for the client, then I have to go into like procurement. They're like, okay, so what do I need? Oh, I need to buy hospital gowns because there's going to be paramedics, right? I need to buy fake blood. I need to buy, some lights to blink blue and red off in the distance outside of the camera to make it look like, you know, cars. So I put together a procurement list, and then I say, hey, here is everything that I'll need, and here are Amazon links to buy them all. Here's how much it's going to cost you, okay? Here's how much I charge, so I'll deduct that from my charge, right? So you're only paying my fee, and then from there we just go and shoot the puppy. It's a lot of fun.
Nice. Do you have any music videos that you refer to sort of on a regular basis?
I really like the Kingdom Hearts cover music video because not a single shot of that music video was without a green screen. Every single shot in that music video was green screened and had some sort of chroma effect, some sort of, double imaging. It was just, we didn't have time or the space to scout locations. We didn't have the money to buy and procure like set items or anything like that. So we're like, you know what we do have? We have a blue bed sheet, and with that we can go anywhere in the world, right? So every single shot of that music video was shot on a chroma screen, and it was a lot of fun to edit, a lot of time to edit, but yeah, it was a lot of fun.
My personal favorite music videos are like Beastie Boys music videos. Sabotage is a huge one for me. And have you seen Beastie Boys music videos?
I loved Intergalactic Planetary. That was a good one.
Oh my god, yeah. Did you see their David Letterman performance where they're walking the street and they come into the studio and start rapping?
Yeah, they do a lot of crane shots in their music videos. Like they're walking towards the camera and the camera's moving away. You know what I mean? And like they're sort of following it. Like Intergalactic Planetary, for example, when they were going through those train stations in Tokyo, which got them into a lot of trouble, I imagine. But yeah, they just had like a jib or something on wheels, maybe a guy on roller skates. I've done that before. That's just sort of rolling backwards while somebody pulls him. Just whatever you can do to get the shot, really. But yeah, you're right. Beastie Boys have some great stuff.
I believe Spike Jonze is behind a bunch of them. He was behind Sabotage. I want to say he was behind Intergalactic. Jimmy, put up if I was right.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Jimmy,
But
put up a picture of Monkey for me.
oh no!
Oh God! And put a monkey sound effect. Thank you, Jimmy.
Oh God! Why, dude? Jimmy's gonna like walk out on me after this episode. How dare you?
I just increased the budget of this video 1,000,000%. You're welcome, Gage. Thank you. And thank you, Jimmy. I appreciate it, buddy. The check's in the mail, Jimmy.
Did you blackmail Jimmy to quit my show?
Jimmy, you can have your family back when I see the monkey. Put him up there again! Put the monkey up there again!
Oh, no! Oh, jeez.
Thank you, Jimmy. You can have your family back now.
Do you have any favorite movie influences that seek into your work?
As far as directors and imagery, I mean, to be frank, I don't know the names of a lot of directors, but I know the names of a lot of movies that catch my eye. For example, I don't like the content of the show, but the animation is great. What is it? Midnight
Glory or Midnight Love?
Animated show on Netflix. It's
I know what
basically
you're talking about.
it's basically an animated podcast. I watched like a few episodes of it, and the animation was great, but the content of the show is pretty bad. Midnight Society or something or other. Oh, hold on, I'll Google it.
Jimmy will put it up on the screen, and another monkey.
But it's a Netflix show, and it's like, I mean, I didn't like the content of the show because it was like super preachy and like it just wasn't for me. Everyone and their mom was telling me to watch it. They're like, you're gonna love it, it's great. And I watched it. I was like, dude, the animation is stellar, and the way they wrap the animation into what they're talking about in the podcast is stellar. And whoever is doing this is fucking, they're God among men. But just the content of the show itself, what the guys are talking about, just doesn't interest me. So
Midnight Gospel. That's what.
That's it. Midnight Gospel.
We did it. We didn't need your help, Jimmy.
Visually, that's stunning. And whoever's directing the visuals on that, they fucking great job, buddy. The Island was another great movie. I don't know, not even visually, but just directing wise.
Michael Bay movie.
I'm Tom Lincoln. What? No, I'm Tom Lincoln.
The one with Tom Lincoln. I'm Tom Lincoln. No, I'm Tom Lincoln. It's about the clones.
Yeah, that was Michael Bay.
Yeah,
Michael
was
Bay,
it?
Yeah, no, he did that movie with Ewan McGregor and Steve Buscemi. And it was not my favorite movie, but I remember it quite fondly because it was one of the first movies that I've ever watched. Oh, Michael Clark Duncan's also in that movie.
I want to live. I want to die.
Do you know Michael Clark Duncan?
I
You
probably know his
definitely him
face.
Yeah, he's like a big African American fellow who has a very, very deep voice. He was the Kingpin in the Ben Affleck Daredevil way back when. That's probably his. He also won an award for Green Mile, but Daredevil, let me tell you what, that was his best performance.
Daredevil. That's one movie that I never watched. Stanford was like begging me to watch it one day. I
Out of all the movies, Daredevil. That's
check it out. If you recommend it to me and Stamper's recommending it to me, I'll have to check it.
Oh, that's not a recommendation. I'm just saying I like Michael Clark Duncan in it.
Okay. Cool.
Very, very, very distinct difference. By the way, if you haven't noticed, movies are sort of my safe zone because I used to be a tour guide over at Warner Brothers.
Ooh, I had no idea.
You're speaking to royalty pretty much. And Make Some Noise, which was their sequel to Fight for Your Right to Party. That music video was shot on Warner Brothers on this just one street called Hennessy Street, and that is one of my favorite music videos ever. Once again, I'm not a huge fan of the content of that music video, but that's a recommendation right there. Watch that music video. I think the full music video is like half an hour long, but you can watch like the abbreviated 6-minute version where where they have Elijah Wood and Seth Rogen and Danny McBride play the Beastie Boys from 1987 or whatever.
You know, Michael Jackson had some killer music videos now that I think about it.
Oh, yeah.
Like what was that one with the ghosts? Like, it turns out they were all ghosts. It was like almost like a whole fucking 30 minutes. I forget which one it was. Stanford made me watch it one day. It was great, though.
I want to say Michael Jackson did he did like a weird half an hour, not quite a movie. It was like after Moonwalker and after his allegations, but in between that and his death.
Was it Captain EO?
I can't think of the title for the life, but I think it was something like Ghosts, where everyone in the town was complaining about him, and the mayor is like shouting at him.
Yes, that's the exact one I'm talking about.
Okay, Captain
that one's not Captain EO, but that's the one I was talking about before. Captain EO was a thing that was in Tokyo Disneyland for a long, long time, like in a theater. I don't know if it ever came to America. Every American I've ever talked to about Captain EO, they have like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Every Japanese person I talk to is like, oh yeah, dude, I totally know Captain EO. Yuko, Captain EO, 知ってるかな? She said yes.
In America, we have Muppet Vision 3D.
Ah. I never got into those 4D thing. I went to A Bug's Life 4D thing at Disney World. I'm sure you've been to it as well, yeah?
Yeah. Originally, I'm from Florida, so I've been to. I haven't been to Disneyland, which is where I'm living now, but I've been to Disney World.
Mm-hmm. Like inside of that big tree, they have that A Bug's Life theater. Man, how underwhelming was that? I mean, granted, it was probably built in like the 80s. Or no, A Bug's Life didn't come out until like 90 something.
Well, I think originally it was Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and they kind of repurposed it for Bug's Life.
I see. I did not know that. I should be interviewing you. Dave. Fuck me. Gage, have you ever had any paranormal experiences, and if so, do you believe in ghosts? Flipping the script. I'm interviewing you now. This is my show.
Okay, I'll bite. No paranormal experiences, but I have people yell at me when I talk in my sleep, so that scares. That makes me believe in the paranormal just for a second, but then I realize I'm just being noisy.
I don't believe in the paranormal at all, personally, but I know some people really, really, really do, and I believe that they believe they saw or experienced something, but me, like, as an engineer, I'm a super analytical thinker, and I'm like, okay, well, that was just this. And I always science it away in my brain. Even if it doesn't make sense, I even tell myself, there must be some scientific explanation. I can rest easy.
This is a silly question, but where did you go to school for engineering?
Louisiana Tech University.
Wow, Louisiana. Shout out to Dave, who's also from Louisiana.
But that's a complete contrast from my wife, who is, like, super spiritual and believes like ghosts exist and like they're among us and everything like that. So it leads to some pretty funny stuff whenever like we hear like a bump in the night at 2 a.m. My wife wakes me up. She's like, Jacob, what? She's like, I think there's a ghost in the house. I'm like, okay, cool. And I roll over and go to sleep. She's like, aren't you scared? I'm like, babe, even if there was a ghost in the house, what could I do about it? There's nothing I could do about it. I'm just gonna go back to sleep.
You're no Bill Murray. That's all I'm saying. There's an unlucky number in Japan. It's not 13. I want to say it's 7.
7's a lucky number in Japan. Lucky 7s.
What?
I'll ask my
that's
wife. Yuko,
lucky. Yeah.
ちょっと悪いの番は日本では何ですか? She says 4. Oh, 4. Yes.
Yes, because it's 1 after 3, and
Well, it's because
and-
it's she. She. 1, 2, 3, she. She is 4. She is also the beginning of shine, which is death or die.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's a fun fact because I'm pretty sure they skipped the 4th floor in Japanese buildings, much like we skip the 13th floor in some of our buildings.
I don't know. I can ask.
Yeah, get her on the podcast. We needed to talk to her.
She says they don't skip floors, but like hotels will skip room 444 or something like that.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, you're right. In America, there are some buildings that just straight up don't have a 13th floor.
If you don't mind me asking, does your wife only speak Japanese or just predominantly Japanese?
Predominantly, her English is getting better with time. She just moved to the United States over the summer, and she's been studying for a few years now, just to talk to my family and friends in preparation for her living in the United States. And it's coming along very well. Very well. Via text, I only text her in English to just kind of acclimate her, much to her distaste, because sometimes she'll just get like, can we please just, I'm tired of having to, I'm like, nope, we're doing this, we're only speaking.
That's true love right there.
But around the house and stuff, we speak English because we have a kid on the way, and when the kid gets here,
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, every time I hear that, I get so happy for you, man.
Appreciate you, buddy. So when we have a kid running around, he's gonna pick up English from TV and in school and everything like that. So we really want him to speak Japanese because it's beneficial to be bilingual, obviously. So in the house we speak Japanese, and he'll pick up Japanese from us, and he'll pick up English from everywhere else, just living in the United States.
I keep telling people all the time, I'm barely unilingual. I am astounded that other people can speak 2 languages, because I have hard enough time finding words for English. That wasn't even like a joke. It's how it came out of my mouth.
Me no speak English too good. Am ready for learn.
Dude, if I was in caveman times, I would rule that place. But right now, I'm just like, what? How do you say chicken tikka masala? Am I saying that right?
Tikka masala, but that's Indian. I'll give you a pass.
See, I can't even pronounce that right, and that's my favorite dish in India.
Yeah, no, but you would be a modern day Shakespeare in like 5 BC though.
Oh, no, actually, question for you. Out of the big fight that's coming up, Kong or Godzilla, what team are you on?
That's a toughie. I'm working really closely with Toho this year on AM, and I've talked with them about Godzilla a good bit because in 2019 we hosted the official Godzilla store and exhibition. I'm kind of biased towards Godzilla, but also big monkey.
I love how you poised your 2 arguments. On one side, you're like, yeah, I have a lot of history with Godzilla. I really respect him. I've worked with people who've also worked with him. But on the other hand, big monkey.
Exactly. No, big ape strong. I mean, come on, dude. It's a monkey the size of a building. He's strong. I know people are like, Godzilla has atomic breath. He has like a biological ranged weapon built into him. He's like bigger than he beat Ghidorah, who's a stronger enemy than Kong for sure. And I'm like, but big monkey though.
But that big monkey though, you know what I'm saying? I really enjoyed the 1933 version that they had, which was like all stop motion and models, and it was revolutionary for American films. And I like what was her name? Fay Ray, the original girl that they had for King Kong. She was a very good screamer, and I like that in a movie.
Especially in that time, it was important.
Yeah, sound was just invented.
That's funny. Do you know the connection between Kirby and King Kong?
Yes, I do. Kirby was the lawyer that got Nintendo off the hook for Donkey Kong being copyright infringement on King Kong.
Hey, you know your stuff, buddy.
Yeah. I believe that's why they extended public domain from 50 years to being out in the public to become public domain. Now I believe it's 100. I believe Disney was a big part of that as well.
That mouse, dude, he's omnipresent.
Well, I think that just about wraps up our time here, Jacob. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, dude, anytime. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. I'm flattered and honored that you would consider me worthy of guesting. So thank you, buddy.
Absolutely. And just where can people find you if they want to hear more of your beautiful voice or beautiful engineering? Or just some dick jokes.
I do a show Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 8 p.m. Central Time with my buddies Cole Octoshrooms and Ellie Rocks. It's called Dick Planet. It's a comedy stream. We play video games. We talk about everything from foreign government to Crazy Frog's wart on his penis. I mean, you name it, the sky's the limit. It's nuts. You can follow me on Twitter at XJ_TAKAX. That's XJ_Taka. And if you want to listen to my music, I've got a pinned post right at the top of my Twitter page that has pretty much everything that I'm proud of and would want to share on there. So yeah, that's my socials. Thank you for having me, buddy.
Yeah, and now I'm just a little more familiar with Jacob Takanashi.